In this next video, I'm going to talk about how to get a deeper backswing golf. Are you struggling with your backswing? Hands feel like they're getting too high and just can't seem to get them in the right position. You want to get depth in your backswing, but you don't know how? I got your back. This next video, I'm going to show you how to get a deeper backswing so you can play amazing golf. Sound good? Keep watching. Hi, it's Troy from Hitting It Solid here. Thanks for watching. So let's talk about this deeper backswing golf. So what does it even mean? Because you often hear people say you need to get more depth in your backswing, get your hands deeper in the backswing, and why that's a good thing. So what does it even look like? So from down the line, if I was someone that didn't get my arms very deep in the backswing, it looks something like this. So as I make my backswing, throw my hands up straight away, and if my hands are somewhere in between my head and my rear shoulder, thereabouts, that would be considered not getting very deep in the backswing. Now there's some professionals that can swing that way and have had very good careers, but for most of us, if you're a mid-handicapper or even a high handicapper, getting more depth or getting a deeper backswing is really beneficial. So what does a deeper backswing even look like? So from down the line, if I make my backswing, I turn and get everything turning properly. If I get my hands somewhere either over that left shoulder or further out behind me there, that's considered getting a deeper backswing. And that's what I'd recommend if you're a mid-high handicap, even no matter what handicap level golf you are, there's a lot of benefits from getting a deeper backswing in golf. I'm going to go through those with you right now. Okay, some benefits of getting a deeper backswing in golf. So for me, one of the real keys is you get a much better shoulder turn, which in turn will lead to more power in your golf swing. So if I was to get a very, I guess, lack of depth in my backswing and I look something like this, I've just thrown my hands up there, my shoulders haven't turned, and for me to generate any sort of power from the upper body is really difficult. I have to do some sort of rerouting of the club on the downswing to get it back on a decent plane to hit the golf ball. So if I can get my hands and arms deeper, i.e. everything turning, a bigger shoulder turn, I can potentially get a lot more power and distance, depending on what you do on the downswing, of course, but you really winding up those shoulders a lot more by getting those hands and arms deeper. Now another really key benefit of getting them deeper is it enables you, I should say, to come from the inside out, swing path and downswing, much easier. If I was to do a very upright backswing like this, it's really difficult for me to come on the inside from this position. I have to sort of stand up and drop my club back like that. However, if you get your arms that deep in the backswing like that, you're basically already in a great position. All I've got to do is rotate. You can see there my club's already in that great position. I'm going to get into the slot, and I'm in that great position to come from the inside, and a much better chance of making consistent contact with the golf ball. So getting those hands and arms deeper is a great benefit from coming from the inside. Now tying in with that, it makes it much easier to shallow the club and the downswing. If I get these hands and arms deeper out here, it's so much easier to get them shallow because they're already basically in a great position. All I've got to do is turn and rotate, like I said before, and the club will shallow. Whereas if you've got your hands and arms somewhere high up here, you've kind of got to do this sort of move here, drop the club back here to shallow it out. Very, very difficult. Much easier if you get those hands deeper in the backswing. And the other thing, again, I touched on it before, it really helps with the pivot and rotation in your backswing. So as I make my deeper backswing here, it's really easy for me to get that rotation and that pivot of this lower body here Much easier when my hands are out here, whereas they're up here, it's kind of, I'm already in a really steep position. It's really difficult to get the club down anywhere near the golf ball. Drop a comment down below if you think you might be guilty of being too high on that backswing, i.e. losing that depth. Let me know if you're somewhere like that. This is what I used to do, so it's not a bad thing. It's relatively easy. You can fix this no matter what handicap you're on, and it will make a massive difference to your ball striking. So that's some real key benefits of getting deeper in the backswing. Just a sec, I'm going to show you a simple little exercise you can practice to really nail this into your game. See you soon. Alright, here's a really simple exercise you can practice at home, on the driving range, to really get that deeper backswing in golf. So all you're going to need is a club. You don't have to be hitting any balls for this. I'll show you it from a couple of different angles. But a real key to getting this deeper backswing lies in this lead arm. Now the real key to this is keeping it attached to that left chest there, and this will really help you get that deeper backswing. This is so simple, but it's really powerful. It really works. So watch this. So as I get to my setup here, I want to feel like this lead arm is really pinned to that chest. As I make my takeaway and as I turn, really important to get this depth, but once you finish the takeaway, that you keep turning. And you can see there, this left bicep, this lead arm, is really pinned to my chest, enables me to get that deeper turn. Now, if I was to separate that lead arm from that chest, like this, look what happens. Backswing gets really high, really steep, then you're in all sorts of trouble. So just remember, keep that lead arm pinned to that lead chest. I'll show you from this angle actually, get another look at it. Lead arm, lead chest, sorry, left chest. And as we go turn, when we get to this position here, really important, keep this connected. Turn. Really simple way, but really powerful. Help you get a deeper backswing in golf. Give that a shot. Any questions about that, please let me know. I will get back to every single one of you. See you next time. Click and watch the video on your screen now. It's going to go into more detail about the right leg in the backswing, which is a really powerful move, and it ties in really well with this video. If you want to learn how to play amazing golf, consider subscribing to the channel, and remember, if you do have any questions or comments, please let me know. I will get back to you. Thanks for watching. See you next time.